Hi guys, so welcome to my reading rush vlog. I have no idea how this is going to turn out, but we'll have to wait and see. I just did some filming. I did my plan with me for this week, the setup for my plan with me and the finish off for last week, so I need to edit that soon. And I also did my bake crate, which is my last one. I already had paid for it, so it's now been canceled. And there won't be any more bake crates for the foreseeable future. But I have a mermaid tail now that I want to use, but it's hot because I live in Guam, aka the sun. Yeah. It's funny because in the States, the temperatures are physically getting higher, but with the heat index and the humidity, it's hotter here, which makes no sense to me. It's 90 degrees here, and it's 100 and something back in the States. But with our heat index and our humidity, it feels a lot worse here. I would like someone to explain to me how the heat index works. I know that because we are closer to the equator, we're closer to the sun, and therefore our heat is more intense, or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, so I know that there are a bunch of challenges. I have them all written down, but I really don't have anything picked out for most of them. I did start reading last night. I'm reading the Suki Stackhouse books, and it's going to be my read and watch thing because I am just starting season 6 of the show True Blood. My sleep schedule is totally screwed up. So when I say I started reading it last night, I mean I started reading it like 10 minutes before midnight. And then I read like 25% of the book, and then I went to bed. So my sleep schedule is really, really messed up right now. I have been going to bed on average about 2 a.m., sometimes as late as 4:30. And I'm sleeping anywhere between 10 until like 3 in the afternoon. So today was a really moderate day. I went to bed about 2 o'clock last night. I was listening to Shadow and Bone while I was like calming my brain down to go to sleep. But I can definitely pick something else out for this week, or I could just read Shadow and Bone and either figure out how to add it into my reading rush stuff or not worry about it. It kind of depends on how much help I need sleeping. I've been working out for the last 2 weeks, 5 days a week, and so that's been helping my sleeping a little bit. I'm not staying up quite as late. But then again, I've also had days where I've worked out at 1 a.m. So we'll see how that all goes. So as of right now, all thing I have picked out is my book adaptation, which is my Suki Stackhouse book. I also think I have my purple book picked out, as well as it's also got almost all the books I'm reading right now have a non-human main character. So slight spoiler alert for the Suki books. But they have all sorts of supernatural beings in them, and the main character is Fae, or human-Fae hybrid. But I'm also going to read The Mermaid. I started it, I read the first little tiny chunk of it just to see if I was going to like it, and it's purple, and the main character is a mermaid. So that one will work also. I'm not positive really what I'm going to read yet. We're going to have to kind of wing it and see how much I can get through, because I had a week last week where I read like 5 books in 1 week. And then last week I was binge watching True Blood and didn't read anything. I finished Kingdom of Ash, that was my audiobook, but I didn't physically read anything until last night. So yeah, last week was kind of a bust, but I did watch 4 seasons of True Blood. So I mean, that's something, right? Hopefully this won't be super boring. Hopefully we will do something. My boys have their GED test on Wednesday. Homeschooling fun. If you homeschool your kids, you might understand this stuff, but if you don't do it the way that the school systems want you to do it, they cannot get high school diplomas. And some people don't care. Some people just, write on their applications for college that they were homeschooled. And that will suffice. But I wanted my kids to have a legit diploma. So when we found out that they couldn't have a legit diploma because we did Rosetta Stone instead of an accredited foreign language. They're taking their GED test just too. So they have a piece of paper that says, I finished. They've taken 3 tests so far and they passed all of them. They just have one left. I think it's science, which they are both kind of cocky about. I'm gonna laugh so hard if one of them fails it because they were really, really worried about their math and their English, and they passed both of them fine. And then they were both a little cocky about social studies and they both passed that fine. Tyler passed it so well that he doesn't have to take a placement test for it for college. And then I have science next. And both of them love science and they're both really cocky about this. So I'm gonna laugh really hard if one of them fails. But I don't want them to fail, I want them to do well. So yeah, that's my plans for this week. Lots of reading and not much else. So I will keep you guys updated. I'm on the 8th Suki book right now, so I'm not sure how to explain the series to you. I can say that it is an older series. It was released like 15 years ago, this first one was. I read the first 10 already, but I haven't read the last couple. So this is a reread to finish the series. It's not just a random reread because I want to reread it, but I'm rereading it so that I finish the series. And I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. There's a couple other series like that that I'm kind of debating, do I want to reread them or not finish them or whatever. But this one I wanted to finish. So yeah, we're doing good with it. We also need to run down to the thrift store and drop off a bunch of stuff that we don't want anymore. And I've got some books I want to drop off at the library because we have a book exchange at the library where you have there's a big bookshelf and you drop off books that you don't want and you take books off the shelf that you do want. I have a bunch of books that I got from this used book monthly thing. I did it for 2 months, and the reason I did it for that long was because by the time that the renewal came around, I hadn't gotten my first box yet. So as soon as I got my first box and saw what was in it, I immediately canceled the box. So I'm gonna go drop almost all those books off at the library and hopefully somebody else will like them. I noticed that when we went there, the kids' books went really fast and the adult books stayed for a little while, but last time we went, all but like 2 books that we had dropped off the week before were gone. So we will do that again, probably this week, because my daughter wants to get out of the house and I want you guys to have more than just me sitting in a corner talking to you or on my bed talking to you. My bed is where I read 95% of the time, so the read a book in one place is not going to be a problem for me. I'll just have to make sure that whatever book I read while I'm waiting for the boys to take their test is not the same book that I'm reading on my bed. So maybe I'll just use my audiobook for that or something. I don't know. That's what I usually do. I usually listen to my audiobook and play games on my phone while I'm waiting for the GED test stuff to be done. So yeah, I will tell you more as I know more. As of right now, it's Monday at 2:30 in the afternoon. I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Hi guys, it is day 2. It is Tuesday. And I did not update you guys yesterday because we had a very bad night. So Sunday night, Monday morning, that, you know, midnight-ish time frame, I had read about 25% of my book on my Kindle. And then yesterday I read about 50% more, so I'm at 76% of my book now, which I love because these Suki books are fast reads, they're fun, they drama and sex and violence and all sorts of stuff in them. There hasn't been any sex in this one, but there's been a lot of violence and stuff. But we had a bad night. I was supposed to work out and we were possibly going to go do something. I wasn't sure what was going to happen yesterday, but instead my daughter threw a huge fit and sat in front of my door for 2 hours, either banging on it, screaming at it, or putting her speaker on full blast and playing music through it because I wouldn't let her in at 10 o'clock at night. And I don't think that she actually calmed down until somewhere in the realm of like 1:30 in the morning. So I never got around to re-updating because she was just a brat all day long. And I actually have a little bit of footage of her banging on my door and then of her screaming bloody murder. Depending on how bad the footage looks, because it's just me sitting there listening to it, I may put it in. But she's 15. She acted like a 2-year-old for hours and hours and hours. And eventually when the music started, I opened the door, she screamed and like dropped her phone. So I picked it up and I took it away. And I got her calmed down for a while because I don't know what her deal is, but I got her all calmed down. She was fine, she was laughing. And then she realized I wasn't giving her phone back. And then it started all over again, which is why it lasted so long. So I'm hoping that she'll sleep for a while still. It's like 12:30 in the afternoon and I've only been up for about an hour because it was just, I didn't fall asleep until like 3 because of all this crap. So needless to say, you guys didn't get an update yesterday, and that's why. I want to be able to do something with her. I know she's bored. I know that's the biggest problem, is that we live on a tropical island. It's too hot. I'm allergic to something on the island, so if I spend too much time outside, I start to break out really bad. And I'm talking breakout, I'm talking like my entire sides turn beet red and they start to itch really bad. We don't know what it is. They've done a myriad of tests on me, and the only thing they could figure out was that I'm mildly allergic to my hair dye. But as you can tell, my hair has not been dyed in a very long time. I think the last time I got my hair dyed was a year ago. So we know that it's not the hair dye that's causing these problems, and that they're on my sides. The only time I've had any problem was right after I got my hair dyed, the back of my neck itched. And I didn't know why it itched. Now I do, because I know that I'm allergic to my hair dye. I have to be careful with it. So I get it all down my back, and I get it all over my sides, and sometimes even on my legs. If it gets really bad, I'll be covered in it, like in the crick of my arms and everything. But that happens if I spend too much time outside. There's something in the air that my body can't handle. So I don't mind going out with her. I just want to know what I'm doing. And she's like, okay, let's go do this. Everything she wants to do is extremely expensive. So she wants to go snorkeling, which she hates snorkeling. We've gone several times and she despises it. I think she likes the idea of it, but once we're actually out there, she hates it. But we don't have any snorkeling stuff for her. I have snorkeling stuff and my husband has snorkeling stuff, but we don't have anything for her, so we have to go rent at least booties and flippers, if not buy booties and flippers for her, because she can use my husband's mask and snorkel because he's not here anyway, so why would he care? And then there's she wants to go to Telefofo Falls, which I looked it up today. I was like, okay, we can go for a hike and go to one of the falls that she wants to go to. That one costs money. It's $20 a person to get in. So I'm just like, great, now what am I gonna do? So I can't just take her out and go do stuff with her because there's not A, lot to do, B, that's cheap or free because we're on a very long payday. So it's like a 3-week payday and we're in the last week of it, which means we have enough money for food, not to go out and play. And I kind of would like to feed us. I don't know. So that's my dilemma. I don't know what to do with her. I was gonna look up some more hiking spots to see what we can do, if there's, a mild hike that we can do, because some of the hikes, the first hike that we went on was actually kind of a strenuous one, and we were covered in bugs. So we went too late in the day and we wanted to go see the sunset, but we ended up getting there too late. So by the time the sunset happened, we weren't even all the way up yet. So we had to stop where we were, watch the sunset, and then come back down, and got eaten alive. It was bad. Anyways, this is me ranting and complaining because yesterday sucked. Hopefully today will be better. I'm not sure when to get my daughter her phone back. If I had my way, she would never get it back. She's oddly addicted to it. So I'm gonna go see if I can find something for us to do on this island that does not cost a fortune and does not get us caught in the middle of the forest or the jungle or whatever they call it here. Until she gets up though, I'm gonna go back to my bed and finish my book because there's only 25% left and I can usually read these pretty fast. So hopefully I will be able to finish the book before she rises and starts tormenting me again. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hi guys, it is day 4 of the reading rush. I suck. So Monday night was a really bad night. My daughter threw this epic, horrible fit. And then Tuesday was almost as bad, just not quite. She was better, but she still was not doing very well. So yesterday when I came home, I took the boys to take their last GED test and they passed. And so they are done now. They have got their GEDs and now we just have to pay to get the last pieces of it. So we have to pay to get their diploma and their transcripts so they can actually start classes. So we're gonna go do it tomorrow. We were gonna do it today, but we just didn't. But I didn't update you guys yesterday because I didn't sleep well the night before. And by the time that I got up, it was right before we had to leave. So we ran out, we did their stuff, and then we came home and we all passed out until like 6 o'clock last night. So at 6 o'clock last night, I made coconut curry for the family. We ate, I read, and we went back to bed. We did nothing else. So I figured that it was okay that I skipped talking to you guys yesterday because it was just kind of a like recharge day. Today we've been doing pretty good. I worked out, I took a shower, I washed my hair for the first time in like a week and a half. And I also opened all of my book boxes. So I am surrounded by book box stuff right now because it was just easier to just stay right where I was. I did want to share a little bit of stuff. So I've been collecting the Harry Potter mugs from Kara Kozik, I think is how you say her name. She's got like a set of 3 that she's putting out on her own from Etsy. Mine was number 321 of 2000. And then she does a whole bunch through Owl Crate too. I want to say she's doing like 6 or something, so it's like 9 total. I don't know. But this one came in today. So this is the one that came in. I didn't come today, I came in the other day. But it's like a Feast at Hogwarts cup, which I think is super, super cute. And then the one that I opened today from Owl Crate, it's a Goblet of Fire. So you have Harry fighting the dragon, and then you have the school stuff. You've got the lake and the maze. I feel like we have 3 of these and 2 of these so far. But I am collecting all of them, so that is my goal, is to like get all of the mugs because I love them. I think they're beautiful. I've got a thing for mugs. I collect mugs, books, and sweatshirts. So when I go on a trip someplace, I always bring back like a sweatshirt and a mug. I'm really into the Starbucks You Are Here mugs. The only problem was when we were in Europe, we couldn't find them. Apparently they have them in Paris and they have them at Paris Disney. And I didn't see one Starbucks in Paris Disney. And apparently it was like this one area that you pass through on your way leaving, and there was like this big store that has like merchandise and stuff in it. But we thought it was just merchandise, so we didn't go in it. Little did we realize that's where the mugs were. And I didn't see one when we were in Paris. But then again, I was also sick when we were in Paris, so we just didn't get to do any of that kind of stuff. And they didn't have any in Ireland. So I only have a couple of You Are Here mugs from our trip last year, but that's okay. So as far as reading updates go, I am done with 2 books now. I'm done with, what is the last book called? I forgot already. From Dead to Worse or something. Does that sound right? Yes. From Dead to Worse, I finished on Tuesday. I don't know if I updated you guys before or after I finished that book, but I did finish it on Tuesday, so if I didn't update you, I'm sorry. And then I finished Dead and Gone today, so that's 2 books down. I use these for my 5-star, my non-human main character, because there's lots of vampires and werewolves and fairies and all sorts of stuff in these books. So I use them for those two. This book is a physical copy that I got from the, what's it called? Used Books Monthly. I got 2 boxes and they were horrible. And just to kind of give you an idea of what I'm talking about, I have this book in storage, so I'm gonna get rid of it. But it's like totally broken, and that makes me super frustrated when I'm spending money on a used book monthly box, which sounds great in theory, but the one book that you're actually interested in and the 2 boxes that you got, and it's busted. And I already have it. I just don't know where I left off. So as far as I know, the last 2 books I read, the 8 and the 9, this is the 9th one, they were both rereads. But as far as Goodreads is telling me, I don't think I have read number 10. But it also works for my adaptation because of the True Blood series, and I read it all in the same spot. I pretty much read all my books if I'm at home, either on my bed or downstairs on my couch. But I only read downstairs on my couch when there's a reason for me to leave my room, like my husband's down there watching TV or playing video games, or we have company over or whatever. And since none of those things have happened, we have not had any company over, my husband's on deployment, so yeah, I've been reading in bed. The other book that I've been reading is Shadow and Bone. I am on chapter 15, so I'm on page 232. I started it a couple of days ago. It's been my audiobook, so I listened to quite a bit of it while my kids were taking their GED test yesterday, and I'm doing pretty good. This is gonna be my debut. It's a reread too. I mean, I've been rereading books. I have hundreds of books in my house that I need to read, and I'm reading books from the library and rereading books because that makes all the sense in the world. But this is a reread, but it's also a debut, as this was Leigh Bardugo's first book. And I love this series, so I'm listening to it on audiobook. By the way, the audiobook, the narrator has an amazing voice, and I love listening to her read. However, her pacing sucks. So I am a holist. I don't listen to books above 1.5 speed. Like Harry Potter, I listened to it 1. And then I listened to the Throne of Glass series recently, and those ones I listened to between 1.5 and 1.25, depending on the book, because some of them she was faster with, or slower with. This one is really off. So she'll be having like an internal dialogue, and it'll be fine. Like, I'm talking to you now, not too fast. But as soon as she has like an external dialogue with another character, it slows way down. And so it was really, really annoying at first trying to counterbalance the pacing of the book. So I have it at 1.25, and there's parts of it that are like fast. And there's parts of it that are perfect, because I'm weird and a holist, and I don't understand those people who can listen to books at 2 and 3 times speed, because to me it just sounds like gibberish, and my brain is too slow for that. So that's what I've been doing: reading, working out, and attempting to not kill my teenage daughter. So far so good, she's still alive. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this update, and I will get back to you guys when I have more going on. Apparently I will get to see my husband pretty soon. He's getting to come home for 4 days, and then I won't see him again until December. So I don't know if he'll be home this week or not. I have no idea when he's coming home. So if you see him in this video, you'll know. If you don't see him in this video, again, you'll know. But yeah, that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hi guys. So this is the end of my reading rush vlog, which at this point in time, if you guys are seeing this, then I must have liked what I saw when I was editing, because I have not started editing yet, and I'm not too sure that what I have done already is going to make it into the vlog type stuff, because yeah. Anyways, I just wanted to do a quick wrap up. I read 3 books. The first one is From Dead to Worse. The second one is Dead and Gone, and the third one is Shadow and Bone. So Shadow and Bone worked for my debut author book because that's the first book that Leigh Bardugo wrote. We also had Reading in One Place and a 5-star read. I'm really enjoying my Suki books. I didn't get the read-in in because I live on Guam and didn't even know there was like Twitter read-in type situation. I didn't keep track of all that, so I had no idea that was even a thing, which is a little bit of a bummer because that would have been fun. Yeah, it was kind of a crap show. I didn't mean for it to be, it just ended up that way. I ended up doing a decent amount of reading. I got almost 1,000 pages. I got like 970 pages. I don't know, me and vlogs have not been going very well lately, and me and reading vlogs have not been going very well lately. And when you put them two together, you get this. So yeah, that's it for this vlog type thing. I hope it wasn't too much of a crapshoot, and I will talk to you guys in another video. Bye.